Hi guys. So as I am seeing things be turned in and seeing things that are ready for being graded, I'm seeing that some of you are not working on the stuff that was supposed to be done for this week. So I'm going to show you exactly what I need you to do for this week. You should have had your telling time packet. That will be finished this week and next week. You should have had your all about animal worksheet that you should be working on this week for writing. You should have had 2 sticky maths, one that's adding and one that's minusing. You should have your papers for your rough draft, your loose, just extra papers. They're not stapled or anything. They're just extra papers for your sloppy copy of your animal paper. There's 3. One for the introduction, one for the details, and one for the conclusion. You should have had a fancy booklet for your final copy, for your fancy copy of your animal paper. Okay, it's stapled together at the top. This is your cover sheet. You guys know how to do a cover sheet. You need a title and you need a picture and your name. Okay, and then the rest of your booklet looks like this. There's room for 1 picture and the rest is your writing. We put a lot of extra pages in there because I know some of you really are good writers and like to put lots of details in there. So we put lots of extra pages in there for you. There's one other packet that you should be working on for these 2 weeks. I'm going to change my screen for you. Okay, it's in Schoology. George is working on his right now, otherwise I would show it to you. It's in Schoology. This is so important. You have to get into Schoology. Courses, science, and here's everything that you need. I even copied the packets for week 1 and 2. So this is what your packet will look like for this week. If you're not working on this packet, you're doing stuff that's for a different week. This packet is for week 1 and 2, not the other packets. Just this one. This is the only one you will need, and the telling time one. You didn't need to get into the folders. I'm going to show you the folders so that you understand what those were for. If you got it out, that's okay. I'm going to show you what's in each one. I have George's here and I haven't gotten into it. It has his name. Look, it says week 3 and 4. That's clear on the other side over here. Week 3 and 4. Okay, that's not something you need to do right now. Put that away. Don't worry about it. Inside of it, it has our next unit for math, which is data and graphing. It has some color by number and looks like I mixed those. I don't see, it doesn't look like George's is right. He should have another packet in here. I think I pulled it out. You should have a packet. This one starts with day 6 up here. This is like actually week 4 if we're home that long. Mrs. Rasmussen and I planned for a long time being home in case you were home and you didn't need to come pick anything else up. I think I was using George's, but there should be one that looks like that says day 1 work from home. If it says day 1 work from home up here, put that away. Put that back in the folder for weeks 3 and 4. You don't need that right now. That is not something that we're working on. It's 3 weeks out, okay? So try to keep it organized like that. Try to keep everything that I just showed you for week 3 and 4 in that folder. And then you should have another folder that has your name and says week 5 and 6 on the front. It's kind of tiny, so I think that's why it was so confusing for everybody. In that folder, you should have your last work from home packet that says day 11. you also have, this packet's different than the other ones. This one, it says reading day 1 up here. That's for week 6. So if we're home for that long, which hopefully we're not, hopefully we get back to school soon. If we're home that long, this would be week 6. So do not even worry about this page. If you've gotten it out and you've started it, just put it away. Just put it back in your folder and put it away. Okay, so the stuff that's in week 5 and 6 and week 3 and 4, you don't need those right now. You don't need to work on those. The only thing you need is your telling time packet. Your telling time packet. And I'm going to change my screen again. This packet, this independent study packet, education.com. Okay, we made this go for 2 weeks, and this packet only has 5 days worth of work. We slowed it down a lot. Okay, so if you're going, day 1 was Monday, day 2 was Tuesday, you're probably going a little too fast because we spread it out over 2 weeks. So make sure that you're following my lesson plans. I emailed those to parents today, but I also have them linked right here, pacing guide lesson plans. This should keep you on track and not doing too much and not doing too little. So if you click on that week 1, that's the week we're in right now. You're going to open up week 1. Now it's got a parent letter in there, which you probably don't need to worry too much about. It's all stuff you already know. But if you look, here's week 1. Here's the things that you need to do for reading. Now, some of you were doing all of the extra fun stuff that I put in, and you were taking a really, really long time to do reading. This is just fun stuff that it's good practice. The boom cards is good practice, or it's a video where you get to draw or do something. If it says optional extras, you don't have to do it. It's just stuff that is good practice and that we wanted you to be able to do. But we don't want you to be stressed out. We don't want this to be too difficult for you. So make sure you're on Schoology and that you're submitting things to Seesaw. On my lesson plans, I wrote, most of the time, I wrote if I needed you to submit it to Seesaw. Let's see. Take a picture and upload it to Seesaw. Right now, as a parent, I'm going to flip to the parent side. I am having George read the lesson plans, and he's telling me what he needs to do. If your child is in my reading class and is an average reader for 2nd grade, they should be able to do this fairly independently. It shouldn't take too much parent support for most of this stuff. If they need you to help read that, then they probably do need a little bit of extra support. You know your child. You know if they need help with the reading and if they don't. If they don't need help reading, honestly, just let them go. See what they can do. It wasn't designed to be super difficult, and this 2 weeks was designed as like a review. The only thing in the telling time we haven't done is thermometers and calendars. They should know, they should be able to do the rest of this stuff. So they should be whipping through most of this. So again, keep with the questions. Mrs. Rasmussen and I are full of answers. We're doing the best we can to help you with the technology and to answer your questions and to support you in the best way that we can. Keep asking those questions. Keep going. Keep letting me know if you need help. And if it's too difficult and you're struggling as a parent or your child is struggling, take a step back. Don't stress out about it. Take a step back and then come back to it later. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your week.